Hey, hey everyone. What is going on? This is the specialist episode that I will be having with you guys the whole year. Why, you may ask? Because it's my birthday. Uh-oh, it's my birthday. Uh-oh, it's my birthday. Uh-oh. Sorry. But for real, I am very honored and I am very excited for each and every one of you to join me tonight on such a special and such an auspicious occasion that is my birthday. Y'all probably will hear me make reference to that all night. Reason being, because this is a very special episode, not just because it's my birthday, but it is more so because this is my opportunity that I'm kind of taking, if you will, to peel back the veil and just kind of, show you guys some of the things that has led to, this marvelous creature that is in front of you at this time, that is me. I would not be the person that I am today. I would not be um, where I am today without the reflection, the recollection, the review, if you will, of my journey. So I have officially let everyone in the room. Facebook, you should be able to hear me now. Instagram, we are officially live. And if you are watching this on my lovely YouTube channel, no matter where you are, just say hey to your girl. Give me some birthday wishes. Like, I want to feel more of the birthday love today because it's my birthday. So like I was saying, so the purpose of tonight, much like the rest of the conversations in, just this journey as a whole, my sole purpose, this is where ironically the Sunday sit down was birthed. Every year, kind of prior to now, what I would do is I would put myself on kind of like a mental hiatus. And my hiatuses would just be intentional moments where I separate myself from the rest of my world, my family, my friends, and just get more in tune with myself to assess how I'm feeling, what I need to process in my body and my mind and my heart, really to just look at where I am as the individual that is Nicole LaTreece, not a mom, not a daughter, not a sister, not a fantabulous niece, not, a big or little sister. Like, I need to have opportunities to focus on me. So when I actually would sit down in my own birthday space and just really start to look at everything and start to process, the Sunday sit down came about because it's just like I was like, "Man, if I had a place, if I had an environment where, 1, I could see somebody who looks like me, 2, somebody who's willing to open up and share and express and talk about the things in their journey that have led them to being the individual that they are nowadays, the good, the bad, the ugly, the in between, like, y'all know me, I'm here to talk about it all." And I really find it kind of funny that my birthday is one of the main days that I choose to be as open as I am. And I think it's because I have like a shroud of protection over me because it's my day. Like, don't get it twisted. I got other people who I know it's their birthdays too. Shout out to BJ Brown, Brooklyn Stevenson, Eliana Osteen, and all the other people, that I know that have birthdays today. It is our day, but right now in this space, it's my day. And up until now, it's been my day. So, no shot to y'all. Love y'all. We used to do the birthday cakes in high school and all that stuff. But this is just a time, like the topic says down at the bottom. This is my birthday reflection. This is insight to my journey of growth and elevation, because in my mind, it's not enough to just be aware of certain things, right? You have to understand how it all pertains to you. And if you're not taking the opportunity or designating the time to see what your life um can be summed up to at this point. Like, I'm not dying, don't get it twisted. But if I was delivered information that I would no longer be on this earth either after this podcast episode or after today, and this is my day of birth. I wasn't born just yet. 10:45 is the official time. But if I didn't take the time to reflect, if I didn't take the time to see what all has happened in order for me to be the person that is before you, what all has happened in order for me to be the person that's so open about sharing my story. Like, I'm not perfect, y'all. And I don't try to be. I don't knock anybody else for what it is that they do or how they choose to live their lives. But on the front side of how you choose to live your life, on the back side, I have a decision as far as what I want that to be. And I offer that to you guys as well as being participants in my story and coming and joining me on my podcast because I thank you because you trust me, right? No matter what you take from it, no matter what level of participation you give, you trust me. And so this is kind of me giving back on my birthday to say that, hey, I trust y'all too. So we're going to get right into it. Birthday reflections. It's me talking about my journey of growth and elevation on this, my day of birth. So when I'm working with my clients, I tell them reflect year over year. You know what I'm saying? Because when you try to reflect too much on a general basis, there are a lot of things that get missed because there's a lot that we don't pay attention to, right? I know I'm not the only one that's guilty of that. But just for me, like if y'all have been watching my episodes, y'all already know last year, 2024, was trash for me. There were some good things that had happened, but if I had to sum it up overall on a scale of positive or not so positive, because I'm not gonna say it was negative, it was just not so positive. 2024 was not so positive. So with where I am in life and how I'm moving forward and how I'm choosing to elevate and grow, I don't allow myself to harp on the down the rabbit hole of in my life. Because the longer you focus on what's not positive in your life, the more you start to discount what is positive in your life. And over here, I'm all about positivity. I want a good life filled with real love and all of the above. Like that, literally, for y'all, how I close out every single episode. It came from the space and the desire of what I want for myself. But what I want for myself is a evolutionary process. Interacting with you guys, interacting in the situations and the experiences that are my life. What I once wanted last year, if it didn't come to pass, I'd be crazy to continue to want it again in this new season, this new year, this new opportunity of experience. So, year over year, like you have to look at what it is that happened to you to figure out where you stand in life, where you stand on business. And it could be literal business or it could be that business that you know that you need to handle that if you had handled it in the previous year, yeah, it wouldn't be following you now. Like, or to be able to determine where it is that you want in the future. Now, for me, like I said, since 2024 was not so positive, I want to really reflect on my journey over the past 4 years. Now, you got to be a special person to be able to do something such as that, but God created a special person in me, so I have that capability. And I'm choosing the last 4 years because that was a pivotal, like, awakening point or a pivotal turning point for me where it's just like I was honestly able to recognize that there were some significant challenges that were going on within my life that I would put it off on other people as the reason as to why I felt those things were happening, or the reason why those things presented themselves. It wasn't necessarily because of those people, it was because of something that was going on within me, something that I was unaware of, a challenge that I was facing, and a challenge that was telling me, "Hey, we need a challenge to make this change." So I've talked about it before and I'll talk about it, for a good period of time. I have healed from it. I am moving forward as a result of it. And I am no longer allowing it to be the very thing that stops me from doing anything. It was my abandonment issues. So last year in 2024 was when like I was able to take the little bits and pieces that I've been able to understand about my journey along the past 4 years, be able to put it up in that mixing bowl, because y'all know I like to bake, so we're gonna get bacon analogies today. I'm Pisces, y'all normally get water analogies, but we're gonna go to the bacon ones today, because it's a celebration, snitches. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. But I'm channeling my inner younger brother. Shout out to Michael Turrentine. Love you. I know you and Robert had y'all today, that they're living life and that they're doing great. I'll just get this out the way. The rest of my Piscean February birthdays, Miss Queen Holt, my mother from another. Need anything? I keep telling you, let me know. You and Queen Son, y'all got the G14 access code. If you don't know what the G14 access code is, you clearly don't have it. Don't ask for it. And then to the biggest our family, Miss Lisa Turntine, your week is coming up. We gotta wait until what, Friday, I think it is. Yes. But your turn is coming, my Piscean queen, my also mother from another, my aunt, my second mom, like, yeah, her day is coming. So, and a lot of this birthday reflection, they play parts in it. My aunt, my mom, my family. So if you catch me smiling from time to time, it's either because it's me, it's my birthday, or because I'm reflecting on my family while talking to you guys. But being able to navigate beyond the challenges that I was having. So taking, like I said, those bits and pieces of the recipe that was my abandonment, identifying where it came from, what the actual catalyst was, how it was impacting me, how it had played a part in my intimate relationships, like bringing all of that together over the past 4 years into one therapy session with, shout out to Jonathan Pons, one of the best therapists that I've been able to work with. And producing something, a brand new recipe where it's just like I'm no longer fueled by what I in my abandonment. I turned what was a my life to a certain extent into a triumph. And now it is one of the things that I have to sift the flour. I told y'all gonna get bacon analogies today. To sift the flour and the baking soda and the dry goods in order to make sure only any other clumps, any other mess, any other impurities, no, y'all can stay in the sifter and I'll discard it when it's time. But only goodness is to come out. And now that I have that filter in place, I've actually been able to utilize it in unexpected ways. Like, as someone who was once abandoned and has kind of overcome that challenge of abandonment and being able to understand the ways in which I would display abandoned behavior. And now, if someone shows me abandoned behavior, I'm going to abandon you where you are and I'm going to keep it pushing lovingly and respectfully. I've said that before. It's not enough for us to be aware of something and not try to dig into how that thing impacts not only our lives, but in the lives of other people. I would say that full circle that I've been able to turn, it's kind of one of the milestones in this birthday reflection episode that I'm super, super proud of. I still have a little bit of residual stuff um, that kind of plays into the highs and the lows that I feel, or the mindsets that I get. As far as just where I am and where I want to be, I am progressing. I'm not looking to be perfect. I'm not looking to necessarily hide anything. My life is a relatively open book, but the pages will be revealed when they're meant to. Because if I am experiencing something that is taking me through a low period, and like I said, it could be a little bit residual from the abandonment issues that I was able, or abandonment challenges that I was able to overcome. I might be in a slightly low place, right? So if I'm in a low place, then I need to take a momentary pause for the cause, figure out what is going in and what is going out. So like what is going on the inside of me and how is that showing itself? Remember in the carry the weight. There are 3 for me places. I have my mental, I have my emotional, spiritual, and I have my physical. I have to figure out and determine where is the root of where this low feeling, this low experience is coming from. And once I'm able to identify that, it's not just enough to identify, okay, let's say it's coming from my mental state. How is it sh- running on a loop in my mental state? And how is it actually producing from the mental state in my physical or my emotional and my spiritual place? Like just being able to be more in tune with myself, in tune with my surroundings, in tune with my future and how I would like for it to be, or how I would like to give God the idea that I would like for it to be so he can, run with it like he's going to, like he has been doing. Yeah, I would say for me that's one of my biggest like takeaways. I know myself more. I didn't used to see myself, but now it's like I see myself in a way that other people don't. I see myself in a way that other people can't. I see certain things about myself that like, yeah, I actually like today, there's a church member at Transformation and she hasn't been there in a while and I saw her today. And we just, hey, how are you doing? This, that, and the third. And she was like, oh my God, like you have a glow about you. Like, me? I have a like that, and she was like, "Oh my god, your nails, like, they look these nails, the ones that need to be done," you know what I'm saying? I'm running all these things down in my mind, but I'm trying to put myself in a space to accept the compliment because maybe she can see something about me in not having seen me in quite some time that I don't see myself in, just what I experience and what I go through every day. So she was like, "Yeah, oh my gosh." She was like, "I don't know what it is. Like, and today is your birthday. Like, you have just such a glow about you." She's like, "You have a daughter too, and you still got that glow." I'm like, "Golly girl, you are like bigging me up right now. I appreciate it for my birthday." Like, but just to be able to come full circle to accept compliments from other people and other women that I know that I wouldn't necessarily accept before. Like, yeah, that's a kudos to myself. We're gonna give ourselves a pat on the back. We doing a good thing. So that falls into like the key lessons that I've learned. I needed to know myself more so that then I could trust myself more because if I don't trust myself more, then that means to me, I don't really trust God because He's everything in my life. He's the author and the finisher. Like He is in control of it all. Like I have a shirt coming soon and it says, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans and then he'll show you his. Like everything that has happened to me from 2021, like, moving and relocating back, like, there has been favor, there has been goodness, there has been a lot of addition, a lot of provision that has been provided to me by God, by certain friends and family. Like, some of y'all I am closer to than I have ever been. And when I was gone those 18 years in Houston, like, we didn't talk. We were able to come back and it's better than ever. Like, that's super important to me. That shows that within our friendship and within me and within everything that I've been through, there is a level of resilience that I have and that no one, literally no one, because some people have tried it. Like, for real, some people have tried it. They can't take that from me, right? And it put me in a safe space to be able to understand, all right, Nicole, like, this is what you're doing good, and this is what you could improve upon. Take the time to figure out what you could improve upon because then that's going to make you a better, well rounded individual. That's going to make you be someone who is interdependent as opposed to codependent, right? Because there's the certain level of healthy codependency, but for me, given where I've come from, I really don't want to necessarily be codependent on anyone. I would like me and the people in my lives, me and my significant other, wherever he is and whenever he may come or whenever God may reveal him, to be interdependent so that way we can learn what we need to learn outside of each other and independently of each other. But when it's time for that to come together and for us to mix and mingle and have fun and, just do this thing called life like God intended it to, hey, everything will be 1000% good. But another key lesson that I've learned in my journey over the last 4 years, meant I am not built. I don't think. I don't act. I don't move like most people. And because I don't move, think, act, feel, or maneuver like most people, it leaves me kind of at a disadvantage because I understand that with my presence is powerful. My presence has literally changed other people's environments without me trying to do it on purpose. Yes, that's a humble brag, but it is what it is. And I am always mindful that I want my energy to intentionally change or elevate other people's surroundings. But I am mindful that some people will fight that. And as someone who was always looking to be around other people because I never saw myself outside of other people first. I never saw myself as a person first. I was always everything else. I was always a daughter. I was always a friend. I was always a confidant. I was always a significant other. Like, and then once I had my lovely and wonderful and beautiful daughter Layla, then I became a mom. But that those are all the places and the spaces and the ways I ever saw myself. And some people would say, "Oh, well, that's not necessarily a bad thing." It's not, but it's not 100% a good thing either if you can't see yourself first before you see other people. So I had some growing up to do within my mindset, and now that I've grown in that way in my mindset, now I have to grow in the way that I behave, in the way that I allow others to behave in my life because nothing is promised. No one in your life is promised, and I know that. Oh my God, I know that. A lot of us like to think and consider it in the space of the natural order of life and death. People have choices that they make. People have decisions, like I said at the top of this episode. I'm a decision maker, right? Whereas other people make choices. I'll break it down for you. When somebody makes a choice, it's like they're putting one thing up against another and deciding essentially what's the lesser of the two evils, or what is going to allow them to reap the most benefits, or which one is going to feed their ego. Whatever you need to put in that particular dynamic so you can start to understand it for you, please do that. For people who do that in my life, that's out of alignment with me. I like things to flow naturally. I like to live in a space of clarity. And I always thrive for knowledge, but there are some of you out there that even in my desire for knowledge, you'd like to stay hidden. You like to stay amongst the lies. You like to stay amongst the ambiguity. You like to stay exactly where you are. That's cool for you. That don't work for me. And that's the lesson learned. So now I have to behave in a manner in which whatever energy you give me, the person you get of me as a result of that is based on the energy that you give. So if you don't want to lose me, if you don't want to alter our energy, hey, come with that same energy that you came with before. Let's have a discussion about why there's a change in the energy dynamic. I don't feel that's too much to ask, but a lot of y'all have not been asked that question. A lot of y'all have not been challenged to do that. It's okay. You got me now. You can do it. You can feel safe. Because in opening yourself up, it puts you in a space. I'm now in a space where I have so much gratitude for the things and the people and the experiences of my life, the good and the bad experiences. Like the last 2 years of my life, specifically in a certain situation with a certain individual, like it's cool. I'm on the other side. I'm still alive. I'm still thriving. Like I'm still in pursuit of where it is that I'm trying to go, where it is that I am determined to go. I'm grateful for the experience that came with that entire situation because I never went through it blindly. I never went through it without questioning whatever needed to be questioned. I never went through it without the pursuit of clarity, so much so to where when I did not get those things, which should be basic things that should be given when you're interacting with someone, I got all the clarity I needed for myself. No, if you ain't gonna tell me and I wanna know, I'm not gonna stick around and be in a space of someone not telling me what I wanna know. And I'm grateful for that because now that I've experienced it in one, what I like to consider a significant dynamic, now I know how to apply that in the insignificant dynamics. Oh, you not telling me? Cool. Well, I ain't talking about. And now I can do it before I get in too deep. And there are like significant, I kind of mentioned some of them, but there are some very specific and some very key people in my life that have helped support me. Sometimes it's mental, sometimes it's spiritual, sometimes it's physical, sometimes it is in ways that I didn't even know that I needed support. There are some significant people in my life that have truly shaped my journey up until this point, and there are some of y'all that will continue to shape my journey even beyond this. Some of y'all got cut off, and it's okay. Like you, you should have done better, but you didn't. So here we are. But out of all of it, like I'm appreciative and I'm grateful for my community. I remember talking to my therapist. I want to say it's probably like the end of last summer. And then I know around my birthday last year too, where it's just like, man, like Dr. Pons, like I want community. Like, I don't get it, like, I got people that I went to high school with, people that I knew from when we was knee high to a grasshopper, like, I have people that I know, but even in the midst of those people that I know, I don't feel I have a community. And now given everything that I've gone through and all of the support and, people who have shaped my journey up, and I look at my community differently. It's still growing, but it's growing in a quality way. It's not more so of quantity. And I think as we get older, like, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'll probably tell my daughter, "Hey, when you selecting friends," and she's only 10, like, I gotta give her these life lessons that I've learned. But when you're selecting your friends in your community, look for quality over quantity. You don't have to have a whole bunch of friends because you won't leave with a whole bunch of friends. But as long as you got them solid, ride or die, support you when you need it, how you need it type people, your life is still going to be amazing. It's still going to be great. For real, for real. And the one of the reasons that I am able to say I'm so grateful and to acknowledge the people that are in my life, like, is because I take the time to understand how important personal and self reflection is. If I can't look at everything that I have going on, because sometimes in the midst of what I have going on, I can't look at everything because it's like it's something that is taking my focus. It is something that is shifting my attention. It is something that in that moment in front of me could be life or death, whatever the reason is. Reflecting regularly, I wouldn't be the person that I am today without it. And reflection comes in all different kinds of ways. Sometimes you need to run back a conversation that you had or that somebody tried to have with you just to make sure that, did I hear what I think I heard? Or did I say what I think I said? Like, so that way you can make sure that no matter which way you're moving forward, and hopefully you're moving forward, not standing still or moving back. Some of y'all, it's time to activate knees to chest. Let's go. Let's start moving forward. But if y'all not there yet, all right, I understand. But to be able to make sure that you are a participant fully in your life. Because if you are not an active participant, you can still be a passive participant in your life. And that means that someone else or something else is in the process of dictating and determining the way you want your life to be. But self reflection also leads to a greater level of self awareness. And I think for a lot of people that I work with, my clients, that's kind of the missing piece is the level of self-awareness first, and then being able to make an actual decision based on the external environment and what it presents. You add that with the self-awareness piece that you need to have for yourself, and that will lead to a more well-informed decision. A lot of you guys are out here reacting. When we react, no one wins. When we react, no one moves forward. When we react, it's not possible for anyone to not get broken to some extent. See, this is the birthday love. I got people calling me right now. I will have to call you back in just a moment. But yes, external plus self awareness should lead to good decision making. And if any part of that equation is off, then you need to realign the equation to figure out what X is. Yeah, I'm taking y'all back to math class because it's not enough. I'm telling you here on my birthday reflection episode, it's not enough to not fully allow yourself to be self aware. And you have other people who are telling you, hey, that's not good. You're not a good person or you didn't display good behavior. And then when you know it yourself, mix with what other people are telling you and then you lie about it and you lie to yourself about it like, y'all better get out of here. We too grown for that. Some of us are. We too old for that. If you are in my age group and you do not have the right people around you to shine or shed or hold that mirror up, then I'm going to tell you, you need to get better people in your life. Or you need to listen to what the people in your life are telling you and stop trying to get other people in your life that just don't know. We live in too much of a social media age for people not to know what it is that they are doing with their own foolishness. We live in too much of a social media age where people ain't willing to tell you about your foolishness. People that you know and sometimes people that you don't know. But one way or another, if the information is out there, somebody knows something. But hopefully you're the one that's practicing personal reflection for yourself so other people don't have to tell you about your own business that you're in denial about. Yeah. So here in my own, personal birthday reflection and talking about my journey of growth and elevation. You can't talk about journey of growth and elevation without goals. I had towards the end of the year just one main goal. Just let me stay out of the foolishness. I see it. I don't want any of it. I'm good. So that now in my new year of life, my new 2025, the old is done. The old is gone. And I'm talking about the old situations, the old experiences, hell, even a part of the old me. It's done. It's gone. If I don't have new goals in place, I'm going to be stagnant. I'm going to be stuck in this middle space of, all right, well, dang, the old ain't around because it wasn't serving me in the first place. And I don't know what the future looks like. I'm stuck in this place. No, you work with me. We looking towards the future. You ain't got to have it all figured out, but there has to be something that you see beyond whatever it is that you're currently experiencing. That is life. If you are not looking at tomorrow, if you are not looking with hope for tomorrow to come, if you are not looking, acting, and participating in what tomorrow is, what kind of life are you living? If you don't have any goals that take you on a journey to be able to fulfill them, what are you doing? You're not gonna get nowhere without no goals. And like me, I'm the type of person, I got a whole issue. I be having too many goals and I be wanting to achieve all of them at the same time as though my life is ending tomorrow. And I have to look at myself in the mirror or on these podcasts with you guys and say, Nicole, you are not dying tomorrow. That has not been confirmed. That is not what we are confirming. We ask the Lord for at least 60 plus more years. If I'm turning 41 at 10:45 today and you add 60 onto that, that's 101. Lord, give me more than that. But even in the midst of that basic, Lord, I want more life. What kind of life is it that I want to live? What do I want to have in this future life that God is blessing me with day after day, both personal and professional? What are your own goals that in this extended life, because we're on borrowed time. So every day that God gives us is another extension. What do you want with the extension that God is giving you? What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your kids' lives to look like if you have it? What do you want your impact to be? What type of legacy do you want to live? What do you want to learn? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? What do you want to see? What does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? There are so many things. Simple questions that you can ask yourself that will let yourself know you looking at stuff for the future. If you happy with where you are in your career, cool. But how can you make the impact of where you are in your career better for those that you interact with in your career? If you feel like you are a decent or okay parent, your kids are always growing up. They are being exposed to so many different types of things. What can you do as a parent to be able to be more in touch and more in tune with what your child has going on? I tell mine all the time, and she know I don't play. I'm intentional about knowing her. And I'm intentional about knowing her because I'm intentional about knowing myself. In this thing called life, I have to interact with other people all the time. I have to interact with other people's preferences, other people's goals, other people's languages, just a whole bunch of other people's other stuff. But if I don't have what I want to achieve in the midst of other people's stuff is going to overtake me. I've done that before. I'm not doing it again. Not on duty. Not on duty. So, in reflecting about my own personal journey and growth, like I'll give you a little bit of advice that I wish that someone gave me. And it'll be a couple different things. One, don't be afraid of the journey, embrace it. My daughter and I, we have a little family motto, and it says, embrace the opportunity and count the blessing. For everything that you go through, there is something that is produced on the other side. There is some level of fruit, there is some level of growth, there is some level of a vision increase. There is always something on the other side of what it is that you're going through. Don't reflect so much on the negative side of what you're going through. Look at it all, cuz that's when your mindset elevates. That's when you transcend beyond the limits that were placed on you in the experience that you went through. It's a beautiful thing. It's a little scary, from time to time, and it can seem daunting, but I promise you, as somebody who has been through her own fair share of sugar honey iced tea, we gon' make it. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. I told y'all this is my birthday celebration, so I can cut up on this episode. But it's true. The second thing would be in what I just said, we gonna make it. You'll never feel like you're going to make it if you don't have the correct we to support you. You don't you're never going to make it if you don't have the correct we to lift you up, to guide you, to just pour into you, to give you whatever it is that you may be missing in that moment for just yourself. We is important in your journey of growth and mindset elevation. You can't do anything truly as just a me. You can, but it'll take it a long time and you'll have to work that much harder. Around here, we work smarter, not harder. If we can get it done, then I am okay with we getting it done. Third thing is obstacles and challenges are going to come, especially when you get to the space to where you tell yourself, your universe, and everything else, we are going to grow. Come hell or high water, despite what anybody else says or what anybody else chooses not to do. we are going to grow. Like I talked about it in the last episode, in previous episodes too. When you decide to move forward, you are deciding to move forward from the things that you were once connected or attached to. It's like a rubber band. I'ma pop a rubber band on her. You gonna move yourself forward and think blindly. That's do. Everything's all right. I moved into my new space and I'm doing me. And the moment you get comfortable, the universe is like, Scorpion, get over here. Like it's going to pull you back. But guess what? If you operate in the space of knowing that there could be something in your growth journey that may try to pull you back, then you need to sever the ties, the strings, the rubber bands, the bungee cords, um, the scars, whatever tied you to that person, that situation, or that experience. I think you better let it go for real. So that way it doesn't have the opportunity to snap you back. As someone who loves people, someone who really, really invests in people, their growth, their families, who they are, who they say they want to become, like as someone who invests in people as a whole, I myself have had to learn to walk away fully, severing all ties, severing all connections, severing whatever I needed to for me in order to be able to move forward. So much so to where I ended up moving 589 miles away. One, because that's what God led me to do. But two, I had to get comfortable in letting go of what I had known for 18 years. 18 years, 18 years. Because God told me it was okay, it was safe, and that I needed to come into a new space in a place where I'm familiar because I had to be committed to my growth journey. And I was. Anything worth fighting for, it's gonna be hard. Nobody said life was gonna be easy. Nobody said that people in situations weren't gonna come without their challenges. That's to be expected. And if you know that, then put yourself into a position where you celebrate your life's journey before your journey ends. If you are navigating currently beyond any type of difficult situation, any type of difficult environment, any type of difficult experience with someone specifically, if you have stuck to your mindset of I am moving forward regardless, congratulations. I celebrate you because for some, depending on what that decision pertains to, what that decision may actually affect, yeah, that could be the greatest thing that you will ever celebrate because there's still a lot of pain, there's still a lot of hardship, there's still a lot of setback that comes on the other side of that. But have grace with yourself as you celebrate what goes on in your life. Challenges are going to come, setbacks are going to come. That victory may not hit like you expected it to, but that does not mean disqualify or discount the fact that it's a victory in the first place. You said you was going to stop doing something and you stopped doing it and you really stopped doing it. Cool. I celebrate you because I know what it's like to be in that position. If you low key are the type of person when you're navigating out of an experience with someone and you Find a way to go back to that person, even if it's not like in direct contact. If you go back in your mind, if you go back in your heart, if you go back in however, physical experiences you have with that person, that's to be expected. When you're familiar with something, ironically, your body, your mind, your heart wants to stay with that thing, even though you were able to discover that that thing was not 100% what it was presented to be. Every time you fight your mind, every time you fight your heart, every time you fight the physical desire or the physical urge that you had from that place of familiarity with that person, celebrate that. There's a celebration in everything that you do. If you woke up this morning, you are listening to this episode on my birthday. Hey, that's a celebration. You woke up. Every day is not promised to the next man or woman. If you had a list of goals and accomplishments that you wanted to achieve, and let's say you had five of them and you only got to three, cool. Celebrate the fact that you did those three and make the other two a top priority for your following day. That way, when you look back at that list, you don't have to separate it out and say, ah, well, shucks, I only was able to do three on Monday, but I came back and did the other two by Wednesday. All five of them is crossed out. Congratulations. You did everything that you set out on that task list to do. We don't have to be so hard on ourselves. We don't have to be so tough on ourselves. Reflection is not an opportunity to critique or to bash yourself for what you may not have done right or to the best of your ability. Now, if you just one of them type of people I talk about who just ain't interested in changing and ain't interested in elevating, I'm not talking to y'all on this one. Y'all trash. Like, y'all need to get y'all life together for real, or you need to come to the working progress. NC Coach Nicole LaTreece. And let's get your mind right. Only if you want to, though. But yeah, I'm about to hop off of here because I've enjoyed this conversation with you guys. But before I do, like, truly and genuinely, like, what has happened to you in your life does not dictate, determine, or qualify that that's all your life is going to be. Because you made a choice that did not prove to be in your best interest or someone else's best interest or just in a good way at all, that does not mean that that's all you're reduced to. That's not all that you'll be known for. Just because things didn't or don't shape up the way that you intend for them to be, guess what? If they didn't shape up the way you intended it to be, but you're blessed to see another day, if it's meant to be, because all things in God's will, God's way, His plan, His time. But if it is meant to be to where you can try again on the next day, really be intentional about your try. And as I say that, like I'm thinking back to like all of the interpersonal dynamics that have been affected by somebody's lies or somebody's omissions or somebody's ambiguity or somebody just like literally being a trash type individual because they're not doing the work on themselves. Like, it's not enough. Y'all, it's not enough. Please, please, please be mindful in this next year, this 2025. You still got a lot of time. We just 2 months in. Please be mindful of how you are interacting, how you impact, and how you are going through this human experience with other spiritual beings. So that way you don't produce chaos, you don't produce negativity, You don't produce an impact that affects someone negatively. Be better today than you've chosen to be for some of y'all entire life. Or be better today than you chose to be after that situation of somebody who did you wrong, did you dirty, lied to you, whatever the case may be. Be better today for your future legacy that you are living and leaving at this moment. Thank y'all for taking the time to reflect with me on this my 41st birthday journey and taking the opportunity to sit down with me and talk about my journey of growth and reflection. As always, I love each and every one of y'all. And I truly, truly, truly on this is my birthday wish to y'all. I wish you a good life, a really good life. Low key if you deserve it. But we just gonna keep it general. I wish you a really good life filled with real love and all of the above. I will see y'all next time. I have some really good and amazing things that are coming up. I believe next Sunday, the 2nd, is when me and my girl, Miss Shantae Nicole, we are coming together for the episode that we missed, the dating after divorce. Because we want to be able to allow you the space to really understand, yes, you may have gone through that relationship and it resulted in a divorce, but just because the dissolution happened, just because the divorce occurred, that does not mean that you don't have the right. That does not mean that you don't have the opportunity to find love again. We just want you to find love in the right way, and we want you to be the right type of person to receive that love. And then also on the 4th Sunday of every month, I have a financial guru that is going to come and talk to you guys about getting your finances together in order, getting them right, paying off them debts, making sure that if you are an entrepreneur that you are doing it the right way so that way you can reap the benefits of get your ROI on your stuff, on your work, your return on your investment. So, 4th Sunday of every month will be our financial wellness and planning Sunday. So, I'll keep y'all in the loop on what's going on. I love each and every one of y'all. And until next Sunday, I hope y'all have an amazing week. And thank you to everyone for all the birthday love. Like, I am truly appreciative of it. And it does truly warm my heart to know that some people that I expected and then some people that are unexpected took the opportunity and the time out their day to wish me a very happy birthday.